15 black celebrities who met their lookalikes. Have you ever wondered if somewhere in the world there is another person who looks exactly like you? For most of us, it's just a fascinating idea. But for some of the world's most famous black celebrities, that unbelievable moment became reality. From presidents and Hollywood legends to music superstars and sports icons, these celebrities discovered people whose faces were so similar that fans could barely tell them apart. Some encounters were hilarious, others were shocking, and a few remain mysterious to this day. Which celebrity had the most unbelievable twin? Stay until the end to find out. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave your thoughts in the comments on Golden Black Legends. Barack Obama and Jose Oliveira. Imagine becoming one of the most recognizable people on Earth, only to discover that someone thousands of miles away looks almost exactly like you. That is the fascinating story often associated with Barack Obama and Jose Oliveira. Before Obama made history as the first black president of the United States in 2008, he was already gaining national attention as a rising political figure. Born in Hawaii and educated at Columbia University and Harvard Law School, Obama built a reputation as a gifted speaker and leader. Yet while millions knew his face, few expected another man with a strikingly similar appearance to emerge from the islands of Cape Verde. Jose Oliveira was living a relatively ordinary life when people began noticing his resemblance to Obama. As Obama's popularity exploded around the world, tourists, journalists, and curious locals started comparing the two men. The similarities were remarkable. Their facial structure, smile expressions, and even certain mannerisms appeared unusually alike. Soon, Jose became known as the Cape Verde Obama, attracting attention from international media outlets and visitors eager to meet the man who looked like the future president. Unlike many viral internet stories, this comparison gained lasting attention because of Obama's historical significance. As he entered the White House and became one of the most photographed leaders in modern history, Jose's resemblance became even more astonishing. People from different countries shared photos online, often expressing disbelief at how similar the two men appeared. What makes the story so compelling is that Jose never sought celebrity status. His unexpected fame arrived solely because of a coincidence of genetics and appearance. While the two men lived entirely different lives on separate continents, they became forever connected in the public imagination. Their story continues to captivate audiences because it raises a simple but fascinating question in a world of billions of people. How many faces truly have a twin somewhere waiting to be discovered? Morgan Freeman and Anto Sharp. Few faces in Hollywood are as recognizable as Morgan Freeman's. His calm voice, distinctive features, and commanding screen presence have made him one of the most respected actors in film history. From The Shawshank Redemption and C7 to $1 Million Baby and Invictus, Freeman built a career spanning more than half a century. His image became so iconic that many people believed nobody could possibly resemble him. Then the world discovered Anto Sharp. Anto Sharp, a performer from the United Kingdom, first gained attention because of his astonishing similarity to Freeman. Unlike typical impersonators who rely on makeup and costumes, Sharp naturally shares many of Freeman's facial characteristics. The resemblance is so convincing that people frequently stop him in public for photographs, believing they have encountered the Hollywood legend himself. Over time, Sharp transformed this unusual similarity into a successful career, appearing at corporate events, television programs, advertisements, and public appearances. The fascination surrounding the pair goes beyond simple appearance. Many observers have pointed out that Sharp carries himself with a similar calm confidence. His voice expressions and mannerisms often enhance the illusion, creating moments where audiences genuinely struggle to tell the difference. Videos comparing the two men have attracted millions of views online, with comments filled with disbelief and amusement. What makes this story particularly memorable is the respect Sharp has always shown toward Freeman. Rather than treating the resemblance as a joke, he has consistently described it as a privilege. Freeman, meanwhile, remains admired for his professionalism, humility, and extraordinary body of work. The existence of such a convincing lookalike only adds another fascinating chapter to his legacy. For audiences, the Morgan Freeman and Anto Sharp story represents the mystery of human resemblance at its most remarkable. It reminds us that even the most distinctive faces in the world may have an unexpected counterpart living somewhere else. In an age where millions of images circulate daily, their incredible similarity remains one of the most convincing celebrity doppelganger stories ever documented. Steve Harvey and James Johnson. Steve Harvey has spent decades making audiences laugh, think, and stay entertained. From his early days as a stand-up comedian to becoming the beloved host of Family Feud, Harvey built a career that transformed him into one of America's most recognizable television personalities. His bald head, signature, mustache, expressive reactions, and unmistakable voice became part of pop culture. That is why viewers were stunned when a man named James Johnson appeared and seemed to be Steve Harvey's twin. The story gained widespread attention during a memorable appearance connected to Family Feud. As James stepped into the spotlight, the audience immediately reacted. At first glance, many people genuinely believed they were looking at another version of Steve Harvey. The resemblance went far beyond facial features. James carried himself in a similar manner, shared a comparable smile, and even displayed a sense of humor that reminded many viewers of Harvey himself. What made the encounter especially entertaining was Steve's reaction. Rather than feeling uncomfortable, he embraced the moment with his trademark wit. He joked about finding a long-lost brother and playfully compared their similarities in front of the audience. The crowd loved every second of it. Social media quickly exploded with side-by-side photos, and countless fans debated whether James might be the closest celebrity lookalike ever discovered. For James Johnson, the sudden attention was unexpected. He had spent years hearing comparisons, but nothing prepared him for becoming part of a national conversation. Meanwhile, Steve Harvey handled the situation exactly as fans expected, with warmth, humor, and confidence. Their story remains one of the most famous celebrity doppelganger encounters because it felt authentic and fun. It reminded audiences that even the most recognizable faces may have a nearly identical counterpart somewhere in the world. In an era dominated by social media and viral moments, Steve Harvey and James Johnson proved that reality can sometimes be more surprising than fiction. Eddie Murphy and Michael Jackson Sr. Eddie Murphy became one of the biggest stars in entertainment through a combination of natural charisma, sharp comedic instincts, and extraordinary versatility. From his breakout years on Saturday Night Live to blockbuster films such as Beverly Hills Cop Coming to America, The Nutty Professor and Dreamgirls, Murphy built a legacy that spans more than 4 decades. His face is instantly recognizable to multiple generations of fans, which is why discussions about people who resemble him have always attracted attention. Among the most intriguing comparisons is the resemblance between Eddie Murphy and Michael Jackson Sr., a man whose appearance sparked conversations across social media and entertainment circles. While not a global celebrity on Murphy's level, Michael Jackson Sr. gained attention because many observers noticed striking similarities between the two men. Their facial structure, smile, and expressions led countless viewers to perform double takes when photographs appeared online. Unlike many celebrity lookalike stories built entirely on internet rumors, this comparison persisted because so many people independently noticed the resemblance. Side-by-side, images circulated widely with fans debating whether they truly looked alike or whether the similarities were exaggerated. Regardless of opinion, the comparison became a frequent topic among celebrity lookalike enthusiasts. What makes the story interesting is that Eddie Murphy possesses a highly distinctive appearance. His expressive eyes, energetic smile, and unmistakable personality helped make him a superstar. Discovering someone who shares several of those traits naturally fascinates audiences. It challenges the assumption that highly recognizable faces are completely unique. The popularity of the comparison also reflects society's fascination with coincidence. People enjoy discovering unexpected connections, especially when those connections involve famous individuals. Whether viewers believe the resemblance is extraordinary or merely interesting, the Eddie Murphy and Michael Jackson Sr. story continues to generate discussion. It serves as another reminder that in a world filled with billions of people, remarkable similarities can emerge in the most unexpected places. Will Smith and Chet Ellis. Will Smith's rise from a teenage rapper in Philadelphia to one of Hollywood's biggest stars is one of entertainment's greatest success stories. Through The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Men in Black Independence Day, Ali I Am Legend, and numerous other projects, Smith became a global icon. His infectious smile, confident personality, and natural charm made him instantly recognizable around the world. Yet despite his unique appearance, one man repeatedly stunned fans with an astonishing resemblance to the superstar Chet Ellis. For more than 2 decades, Chet Ellis built a career as a professional Will Smith lookalike, living in the United Kingdom. Ellis regularly appeared at corporate events, private functions, television productions, and promotional campaigns. Everywhere he went, people reacted with surprise. Many genuinely believed they had encountered the real Will Smith. The similarities extended beyond physical appearance. Ellis carefully studied Smith's expressions, body language, and mannerisms, making the resemblance even more convincing. As social media expanded, photographs and videos featuring Ellis spread rapidly online. Fans often struggled to distinguish between the two men. Some clips generated millions of views, with viewers expressing disbelief at how closely he resembled one of Hollywood's most recognizable actors. The attention transformed Ellis into one of the most famous celebrity lookalikes in the world. What separates this story from many others is its longevity. Unlike viral sensations that disappear after a few weeks, Chet Ellis spent years building a reputation based on his resemblance. His success demonstrates just how powerful celebrity culture can be, and how fascinated people remain by doppelgangers. For Will Smith, the existence of such a convincing double became another unusual chapter in an already extraordinary career. For audiences, the story remains endlessly fascinating because it raises a timeless question. If someone as famous and distinctive as Will Smith can have a near-identical counterpart, how many other hidden doubles might exist somewhere in the world? In Oculus. Don Cheadle and Freddie Gibbs. At first glance, many people assume Don Cheadle and Freddie Gibbs are related. Over the years, the comparison between the Oscar-nominated actor and the acclaimed rapper has become one of the most popular celebrity lookalike discussions on the internet. Don Cheadle built his reputation through powerful performances in films such as Hotel Rwanda, Crash Devil in a Blue Dress, and the Marvel Cinematic Universe, where he portrayed James Rhodes. Freddie Gibbs, meanwhile, earned respect in hip-hop through critically acclaimed projects including Piñata, Bandana, and Alfredo. Although they come from completely different corners of the entertainment industry, their resemblance has become impossible for fans to ignore. The conversation gained momentum as social media expanded. Side-by-side photographs of the two men spread across Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, generating thousands of comments. Many fans joked that Freddie Gibbs looked like Don Cheadle's younger brother, while others insisted they could easily pass as father and son. The comparisons became so common that both men eventually embraced the joke. In 2023, the discussion reached another level when confusion during a basketball broadcast led to renewed internet debate. Fans flooded social media with memes, screenshots, and humorous comments. Instead of ignoring the situation, both Cheadle and Gibbs handled it with humor. Their willingness to laugh along with the public only made the story more entertaining. What makes this comparison unique is that neither man relies on the resemblance for attention. Both established successful careers through talent and hard work long before the internet began pairing them together. Yet the similarities remain striking enough to fascinate audiences year after year. Their story demonstrates why celebrity doppelgangers continue to capture public imagination. In a world where millions of faces appear online every day, finding two successful public figures who look remarkably alike feels like an extraordinary coincidence. Whether viewed as brothers from another timeline or simply two men with similar features, Don Cheadle and Freddie Gibbs remain one of the most famous lookalike pairings in modern entertainment. Samuel L. Jackson and Raymond Roberts. Samuel L. Jackson's face is among the most recognizable in cinema history, with a career spanning more than 5 decades. And appearances in over 150 films, he became a global icon. Through unforgettable performances in Pulp Fiction, Jackie Brown, Django Unchained, A Time to Kill, and the Marvel franchise. His commanding voice, intense screen presence, and distinctive appearance make him seem completely unique. That is why many people were stunned when photographs of Raymond Roberts began circulating online. Raymond Roberts first gained attention because of his extraordinary resemblance to Jackson. The similarities were immediately obvious. From facial structure and expressions to certain mannerisms, Roberts appeared almost like a younger version of the Hollywood legend. People frequently stopped him in public for photographs, while social media users repeatedly shared his images alongside those of Jackson. Unlike many celebrity lookalikes who intentionally imitate famous individuals, Roberts initially attracted attention simply because of his natural appearance. As photos spread online, countless viewers struggled to distinguish between the two men. Some even believed the images had been digitally altered because the resemblance seemed too convincing to be real. The fascination surrounding the pair highlights the remarkable influence Samuel L. Jackson has on popular culture. His image is so deeply embedded in public consciousness that any similarity immediately attracts attention. Fans enjoy comparing photographs, searching for subtle differences, and debating just how close the resemblance truly is. For Roberts, the unexpected attention brought both amusement and curiosity. Meanwhile, Jackson's status as one of Hollywood's most beloved actors only amplified interest in the comparison. Their story serves as another reminder that even the most recognizable faces in entertainment may have a counterpart somewhere in the world. The enduring popularity of the comparison reflects humanity's fascination with doubles. Seeing someone who appears almost identical to a world-famous actor challenges our assumptions about individuality and reminds us that reality can sometimes produce coincidences more surprising than anything written in a movie script. Denzel Washington and Leroy Smith. Few actors command respect quite like Denzel Washington. Over a career spanning more than 40 years, he established himself as one of the greatest performers in film history. From Glory and Malcolm X to Training Day. Remember the Titans and Fences. Washington consistently delivered performances that earned critical acclaim and audience admiration. His confident, powerful voice and unmistakable presence made him one of the most recognizable faces in Hollywood. Yet despite his distinctive appearance, stories began circulating about a man named Leroy Smith, whose resemblance to Washington surprised nearly everyone who saw them side by side. Photographs comparing the two quickly attracted attention online. Their facial features, expressions, and overall appearance appeared remarkably similar, leading many fans to joke that Denzel had discovered a long-lost twin. As social media users shared images, discussions exploded across multiple platforms. Some viewers were convinced the resemblance was nearly perfect, while others searched for subtle differences. Regardless of opinion, the comparison generated enormous interest because Denzel Washington occupies such a unique place in American culture. Finding someone who resembles a figure so familiar to millions feels almost unbelievable. What makes the story particularly interesting is that Washington's image represents much more than celebrity. He is often associated with dignity, professionalism, and excellence. As a result, any comparison involving his appearance naturally attracts attention. Leroy Smith suddenly found himself part of a conversation that reached audiences far beyond his own community. Unlike many internet sensations that disappear quickly, the Denzel-Leroy comparison continued to resurface whenever new photos appeared online. Fans remained fascinated by the possibility that someone could look so much like one of Hollywood's most celebrated actors. Their story perfectly captures the appeal of celebrity doppelgangers. It combines mystery, coincidence, and curiosity into a narrative that people never seem to tire of discussing. In a world of billions, perhaps it should not be surprising that another face can mirror that of a legend. Yet, every time people see Leroy Smith, they are reminded just how astonishing that possibility can be. Drake and fake Drake Izzy. Few modern artists have dominated the music industry as completely as Drake. From his breakthrough with So Far Gone to chart-topping albums such as Take Care, nothing was the same. Scorpion and For All the Dogs. Drake became one of the most successful rappers of the 21st century. His distinctive hairstyle, beard, fashion choices, and public persona made him instantly recognizable around the globe. That recognition is precisely why the emergence of a man known as Fake Drake became such a viral sensation. The lookalike, whose nickname quickly spread across social media, shocked fans with his extraordinary resemblance to the Canadian superstar. Photographs and videos featuring Fake Drake began circulating online, attracting millions of views within days. Many viewers initially believed they were looking at the real Drake. The similarities extended beyond facial features to hairstyle, facial hair, clothing choices, and even certain expressions. As the videos gained traction, Fake Drake found himself at the center of internet culture. Invitations to events, interviews, and public appearances followed. Some people found the resemblance entertaining, while others questioned whether the lookalike was benefiting too heavily from Drake's image. Regardless of opinion, the attention continued to grow. The story became even bigger because Drake is one of the most photographed entertainers in the world. Fans know every detail of his appearance, making any convincing double immediately noticeable. Side-by-side comparisons flooded social media platforms, generating endless debates about how closely the two men actually resembled each other. What makes the story fascinating is how quickly modern technology can transform an ordinary person into a viral celebrity. Years ago, a local resemblance might have gone unnoticed. Today, a single video can reach millions within hours. The Drake and Fake Drake phenomenon became one of the most famous celebrity lookalike stories of the social media era, proving that even global superstars may have an unexpected counterpart somewhere in the world. Oprah Winfrey and Carol Woods. Oprah Winfrey's rise from poverty to becoming one of the most influential women in media history is a story that has inspired millions. Through The Oprah Winfrey Show, which ran for 25 years, she built a connection with audiences unlike any other television personality. Her face became one of the most recognizable in the world. That is why viewers were astonished when Carol Woods appeared and seemed to be Oprah's twin. Before gaining attention for her resemblance, Carol Woods faced significant personal struggles. She endured periods of hardship and worked tirelessly to support her family, yet everything changed when people began noticing how much she looked like Oprah. Friends, strangers, and even complete acquaintances repeatedly pointed out the similarities. Over time, the comparisons became impossible to ignore. The moment that brought widespread attention occurred when Carol appeared in a setting where audiences could directly compare the two women. Viewers were amazed by the resemblance. Their facial features, smiles, expressions, and overall presence appeared remarkably similar. The audience reacted with disbelief, while Oprah herself responded with warmth and curiosity. What made the story especially touching was Carol's background. Unlike many celebrity lookalikes who actively pursue fame, she never expected public recognition. Her resemblance to Oprah opened doors and introduced her to opportunities she had never imagined. For many viewers, the story became about more than appearance. It was about resilience, hope, and unexpected second chances. The Oprah and Carol Woods story remains one of the most heartwarming celebrity doppelganger encounters ever shared. It reminds audiences that life can change unexpectedly and that extraordinary coincidences sometimes connect people from completely different worlds. Their encounter continues to fascinate fans because it combines mystery, inspiration, and genuine human emotion. Rihanna and Priscilla Beatrice. Rihanna's transformation from a teenager in Barbados to a global entertainment powerhouse is one of the most remarkable success stories of modern times. With hit songs such as Umbrella Diamonds, We Found Love, and Work, she conquered the music industry before building billion-dollar beauty and fashion brands. Her unique appearance and unmistakable style made her one of the most recognizable women on earth. That is why people could hardly believe their eyes when they discovered Priscilla Beatrice. Priscilla, a Brazilian social media creator, became an internet sensation because of her incredible resemblance to Rihanna. What began as a few videos quickly exploded into a worldwide phenomenon. Millions of viewers watched in amazement as Priscilla recreated Rihanna's expressions, poses, makeup looks, and overall presence. In many photographs, even devoted fans struggled to tell the difference. Unlike some celebrity lookalikes, Priscilla did not simply share similar facial features. She carefully mastered Rihanna's signature style, making the resemblance even more convincing. Her popularity grew rapidly as social media users shared side-by-side images and reaction videos. Within a short period, she accumulated a massive online following. The story reached another level when Rihanna herself became aware of the comparisons. Rather than reacting negatively, she responded with humor and appreciation. Fans loved seeing the superstar acknowledge her lookalike, and the interaction generated headlines across entertainment media. What makes the Rihanna and Priscilla story so memorable is the positive spirit surrounding it. Instead of conflict, the situation created laughter and admiration. It demonstrated Rihanna's confidence and showcased how social media can connect people in unexpected ways. Today, Priscilla remains one of the most famous celebrity doppelgangers in the world, while her remarkable resemblance to Rihanna continues to amaze audiences everywhere. Beyoncé and Brittany Williams. Beyoncé has spent more than 2 decades establishing herself as one of the most influential entertainers in history. From her early success with Destiny's Child to her record-breaking solo career, she became a symbol of excellence, discipline, and artistic innovation. Albums such as Dangerously in Love, Beyoncé Lemonade, and Renaissance helped solidify her status as a global icon. Because her image is so familiar, any resemblance immediately captures public attention. That is exactly what happened with Brittany Williams. Brittany first gained widespread recognition when photographs of her began circulating online. Fans were stunned by how closely she resembled Beyoncé. Their facial features, smiles, and expressions appeared remarkably similar. In some images, viewers genuinely believed they were looking at the superstar herself. The resemblance quickly became a viral topic across social media platforms. As interest grew, Brittany found herself receiving attention from fans around the world. People frequently approached her for photographs believing she was Beyoncé. Others shared her pictures online, generating debates about whether she was the closest celebrity lookalike ever discovered. The comparisons became so widespread that Brittany developed a substantial following of her own. What makes the story particularly fascinating is that Beyoncé's appearance is among the most recognized in popular culture. Millions of people have watched her performances, interviews, and music videos. Finding someone who looks remarkably similar feels almost impossible. Yet Britney's existence challenged that assumption and captivated audiences everywhere. The Beyoncé and Brittany Williams story remains one of the most famous celebrity doppelganger examples of the internet era. It illustrates how quickly a remarkable resemblance can capture global attention and reminds us that even the world's most recognizable faces may have an unexpected twin somewhere waiting to be discovered. Lewis Hamilton and Neil Davis. Lewis Hamilton has spent nearly 2 decades establishing himself as one of the greatest Formula One drivers in history. With multiple world championships, more than 100 Grand Prix victories, and countless records, Hamilton transformed himself from a talented young racer into a global sporting icon. His achievements on the track, combined with his activism, fashion influence, and international popularity, have made him one of the most recognizable athletes in the world. That recognition is exactly why fans were stunned when they discovered Neil Davis, a man whose appearance closely resembled the Formula One superstar. Neil Davis was living an ordinary life when photographs of him began circulating online. Almost immediately, social media users noticed the similarities between him and Hamilton. Their facial features, smile, and overall appearance appeared remarkably alike. The resemblance became so convincing that people frequently mistook Neil for the racing champion. In some cases, fans even approached him for photographs and autographs, believing they had encountered Hamilton in public. As images spread across the internet, the comparison attracted international attention. Motorsport fans shared side-by-side photographs debating whether Neil was the closest celebrity lookalike they had ever seen. Many were amazed by how easily the resemblance could fool casual observers. The story became even more entertaining because Hamilton's image is so familiar to millions of racing fans worldwide. What makes this comparison particularly fascinating is the contrast between their lifestyles. One man travels the globe competing at the highest level of motorsport, while the other found himself unexpectedly thrust into the spotlight simply because of his appearance. Yet despite their vastly different lives, they became connected through an extraordinary coincidence. The Lewis Hamilton and Neil Davis story remains a favorite among celebrity doppelganger enthusiasts. It demonstrates how unpredictable life can be and reminds us that even the world's most recognizable athletes may have a counterpart living an entirely different life somewhere else on the planet. Queen Latifah and Nicole Rainey. Queen Latifah's career is one of the most impressive success stories in entertainment. Emerging as a pioneering rapper before becoming an acclaimed actress, producer, author, and television personality, she built a legacy that spans more than 3 decades. Her confidence, intelligence, and distinctive presence helped her become one of the most respected figures in Hollywood. Because Queen Latifah possesses such a recognizable appearance, fans were fascinated when comparisons began emerging between her and Nicole Rainey. Nicole Rainey first attracted attention through social media, where users repeatedly pointed out her striking resemblance to Queen Latifah. The similarities extended beyond facial structure. Many observers noticed that Nicole shared a comparable smile, confident expression, and commanding presence. As photographs circulated online, comments quickly filled with disbelief. Some people initially assumed the images featured Queen Latifah herself. The comparison gained momentum because Queen Latifah has maintained a unique image throughout her career. Unlike many celebrities who frequently change their appearance, she has developed a recognizable identity that audiences instantly associate with strength and authenticity. Discovering someone who looked remarkably similar naturally sparked public curiosity. As online discussions grew, Nicole found herself receiving attention from people fascinated by the resemblance. While she never pursued fame on the scale of Queen Latifah, her appearance created conversations that reached thousands of social media users. The story became another example of how quickly celebrity lookalike comparisons can spread in the digital age. What makes this pairing interesting is that the resemblance feels natural rather than manufactured. Nicole was not attempting to imitate Queen Latifah. Instead, people independently noticed the similarities and transformed the comparison into an internet phenomenon. Their story highlights the enduring fascination people have with doubles and reminds us that extraordinary coincidences can emerge when least expected. Jay-Z and Harlem, 1939 Man. Among all celebrity doppelganger stories, few are as mysterious as the comparison between Jay-Z and the unidentified man captured in a photograph taken in Harlem in 1939. Unlike most lookalike stories, this one does not involve two people meeting face to face. Instead, it centers on a decades-old image that sparked one of the internet's most fascinating debates. When the photograph resurfaced online, viewers were shocked by the striking resemblance between the unknown man and the legendary rapper. Jay-Z, born Sean Carter in Brooklyn, rose from humble beginnings to become one of the most successful musicians and entrepreneurs in history. Through classic albums such as Reasonable Doubt, The Blueprint and The Black Album, he established himself as one of hip-hop's greatest figures. His face became instantly recognizable around the world. That familiarity is precisely why the Harlem photograph generated so much attention. The image shows a young man standing among a group of people on a New York street. His facial features, expression, and overall appearance bear an uncanny resemblance to Jay-Z. As the photograph spread online, countless viewers expressed disbelief. Some jokingly suggested time travel, while others created elaborate theories attempting to explain the similarity. Of course, there is no evidence connecting Jay-Z to the unidentified individual. Historians view the resemblance as a remarkable coincidence rather than anything mysterious. Yet the story continues to fascinate people because of its unusual nature. Unlike traditional celebrity lookalikes who are alive today, this comparison reaches across generations. What makes the story so memorable is the unanswered question at its center. Nobody knows the identity of the man in the photograph, his life story, or what became of him. That mystery keeps the conversation alive. Decades after the image was taken, it remains one of the most famous celebrity doppelganger photographs ever discovered, proving that sometimes history can produce coincidences stranger than fiction. As we've discovered today, the world can be far stranger than we imagine. From presidents and movie legends to music superstars and racing champions, these famous black celebrities found people who looked so much like them that fans could hardly believe their eyes. Some encounters were funny, some were surprising, and a few remain mysterious even today. But here's the question. Do you think these incredible similarities are simply coincidences, or could there be something more behind them? Which celebrity and lookalike pair shocked you the most? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe and join Golden Black Legends for more fascinating stories from the world of Black history, culture and entertainment.